Hi friends, welcome to Solidworks with Dow. Today we will be designing chair 1. Note all dimensions are in inches. Material is 1 inch and 3/4 inch thick pine. Starting at the diametric view, the chair consists of 14 parts. Okay, there's 4 legs, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. Okay, there's 2 stretchers at the bottom. Okay, there's 4 aprons, front, back, right side and left side aprons. And then there's the seat. And then there's 3 more parts, and that's the back rail, back top rail, back middle rail, and back bottom rail. Okay? So starting at the front view, the overall height of the chair is 36 inches tall. The overall depth is 19 inches, shown in the section AA view here. And then the overall width is shown at the top view is 16 3/4 of an inch. Okay? So going back to the front view, okay, the legs are 1 inch thick, okay, and 2 inches wide, shown in the section AA view, okay, and the front legs are 17 inches tall, and the rear legs are 36 inches tall, and only the legs are 1 inch thick, okay. Every other part, the 10 remaining parts, are 3/4 of an inch thick. Okay, starting at the top here, the top back rail is 3 inches tall by 14 inches wide, okay, and it's spaced 2.5 inches from the middle back rail, okay, and the middle back rail is 2 inches tall, and then it's spaced 2.5 inches from the bottom back rail, and the bottom back rail is 3 inches tall, the same as the top rail. Okay, the legs are spaced 14 inches apart, okay, as shown here in the front view at the bottom. Now going to the top view, the overall size of the seat is 16 3/4 of an inch wide by 19 1/4 inch long. And there's 2 notches at the back corners for so that it can fit in between the rear legs. Okay. Now going to the section AA view. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here. There are the side aprons, okay? They are 3 inches tall by 15 inches wide, all right? As well as the stretchers, they're 15 inches wide by 1.5 inches tall. Okay, so there's 2 of each on both sides, left and right. Okay, and now looking at I'm going to zoom in here more. The front apron here and the back apron. The front apron is positioned 1/8 of an inch in from the front leg, from the front edge of the front leg, and the back apron is positioned 5/8 of an inch from the back edge of the rear leg. Okay, and the top back rail, as indicated earlier, the middle back rail and the bottom back rail is positioned 1/4 inch in from the back edge of the rear legs, okay, as shown here in section AA view, okay. And then at the top here, there's a 2 degrees taper on the leg, okay, starting from 1.5 inch in from the back to the front, and then there's an 1/8 of an inch chamfer by 45 degrees at the top faces of the rear legs and at the bottom face of the rear legs, and also at the bottom face of the front legs. Okay, the 1/16 of an inch chamfer is for the seat, for the 4 sides of the seat. Okay, 1/16 by 45 degrees. Okay, so let's get started and design chair 1. File, new, part, okay. Save drawing as chair 1. I'm going to go to apply scene, drawing in plain white. At the upper top here, systems options, document properties tab, units. I'm drawing in inches, IPS. All right. Length, dimensioning in 3 decimal places. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to go to tools. Okay. Sketch settings. I got automatic relations turned on here. Okay. So I'm going to start sketching on the top plane. Top plane, sketch. Okay, I'm going to sketch a center rectangle. Okay. I'm going to hover my pointer over that line to turn it orange. I'm going to right click it, select chain. The 4 lines are blue now. I'm going to go to properties here on the left side and click on options here for construction. Okay, now I'm going to do smart dimension, 19 inches. 16 inches. Okay, I'm going to sketch a corner rectangle. Top left corner here. Smart dimension it. 1 inch thick wood for the legs by 2 inches. Okay. Now I'm going to draw some center line here, from this origin up to the midpoint of that line. Hit enter to repeat the command. From the origin to the right side here to that vertical line, midpoint. Then I'm going to mirror entities, window select that rectangle. Make sure copy is selected here, mirror about this vertical center line. Okay, I'm going to hit enter and repeat the command. I'm going to window select this rectangle and then the second one, copy, mirror about this horizontal center line to get the 2 other rectangles. Okay, so now I'm going to draw some more center line from the midpoint of that vertical line to the midpoint of that vertical line. Okay, hit enter to repeat the command. Okay, so from the midpoint of that horizontal line to the midpoint of that horizontal line. Okay, enter to repeat the command. Okay, same thing to the right side. Okay, center line. This one I'm not going to go to the middle. I'm going to just draw something like that, a horizontal line. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to do a smart dimension. Okay, from that center line to that line, 1/2 inch. Okay, now I'm doing offset entities. Okay, half of 3/4 is 3/8, so 0.375. That's 3/4 is the width of the thickness of the wood for the aprons. Okay, so going and bidirectional, add dimensions. I'm going to select that center line. Okay, hit enter to repeat the command. Okay, enter to repeat the command, and then enter to repeat the command. We're just gonna move the dimensions out so it's more clear. Okay, 3/8 this way, 3/8 that way equals 3/4 thick wood. Okay, so now I'm ready to do some extruding features. Extruded boss base, 17 inches. Okay, is the distance. From sketch plane, which is the top plane from the bottom. Okay, direction 1 is blind. Select the contour. I'm doing the front legs first, so I'm going to select the left one and the right front legs. 17 inches up. Okay. Going back to boss extrude 1, click the arrow, highlight sketch 1, extruded boss base, unselect merge result. The rear legs are 36 inches tall. Okay, I'm going to select from sketch plane, direction 1 blind, select the contour, select that one and that rectangle. Okay, 36 inches up, that's correct. Okay, so we got 4 solid bodies as indicated here in the folder to the top left here. Sketch 1 again, extruded boss base. Now I'm going to do the aprons. So I'm going to zoom in, unselect merge result. 3 inches is how tall they are. Okay, and from sketch plane, okay, I'm going to select this contour. Okay, inside of that rectangle, it's highlighted. Okay, That's okay. From sketch plane is incorrect. It should be from face, surface face plane. So I'm going to select this face here, the front leg, the top of it. And the direction is incorrect. It should be reversed. So I'm going to go to line here and direction 1, reverse direction, down. Okay. Also, I forgot to select the front apron and the back apron. So I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to select that rectangle and inside of that one. Okay, so I got my 4 aprons, left, right, front, and rear. Okay. All right. So I got 8 solid bodies now, as you can see. So back to sketch 1, extruded boss base. Now I'm going to do the stretchers on the left side and right side. So unselect merge result, and the height of it is 1.5. Okay. And select the contours. I'm going to zoom in here and select inside of that rectangle contour and that contour right there. Okay. And blind is correct. It's going up. And from sketch plane, no, I want it from offset. Offset is 8.5 inches from the bottom. Okay. Which is the top plane. Okay. The bottom of the legs. Okay. 8.5 inches. 1.5 inch. Okay. Blind direction. Okay. Okay. So I got 10 solid bodies. Now I'm going to the right plane. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to show it. Okay. I'm going to click on the right plane here and click sketch. Okay. I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to sketch a corner rectangle. Something like that. And then another one. I'm going to hover over this line so I can get the next one collinear to that. As you can see with the dot, I'm dragging it down. Okay, you can see with the dotted lines. Then I'm going to hover over this line and make it collinear to that line, dragging it down slowly. Okay. Now I'm going to go to smart dimension and dimension the rectangle. So from this top edge to that is 1/2 inch, 0.5. Okay. 3 inches. Okay. Distance between, okay, is 2.5. Okay. So the top rail is 3 inches. The middle rail is 2 inches. Okay. I'm going to dimension this 3/4 of an inch thick wood. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to add some relations. I'm going to select this line, hold shift, select this line and this line, make relations equal. Then I'm going to select this vertical line on the right side, hold shift, select this one, make relations collinear. Okay. Smart dimension. This line to the back edge of the rear legs is 1/4 of an inch, 0.250. Okay. Now our drawing is fully defined. Instead of drawing the bottom back rail, I'm just going to go to center line here, draw a horizontal center line from that midpoint to that midpoint. I'm going to mirror entities. I'm going to select that top back rail, copy, mirror about that center line to get the bottom back rail. Okay. Now I'm going to draw a line on an angle from the top edge here. Okay. To about there. Okay. And then continuing to draw a line. Okay. And then connect that line. Now I'm going to do smart dimension. Distance from this point to this point, 1.5, 1.5 inch. Okay. Angular distance from here to this line, 2 degrees. zoom out, zoom in. Okay, now I'm ready to do some extruding. So I'm gonna go cancel smart dimension, features, extruded boss base. All right, unselect merge result. The distance between the legs are 14 inches. Okay, okay, from sketch plane is fine. Direction 1, I don't want it to be blind, I want it to be midplane. 7 inches this way, 7 inches that way, 14 inches in total. Okay, selected contours. Okay, I want to select that top rectangle and select inside of it. I'm going to select the bottom one, and then I'm going to select, instead of inside, because like that, I'm going to select on the outside line here to get the contour. Okay, now I got my 3 back rails, top, middle, and bottom. Okay. All right, now I got 13 solid bodies. Now I'm going back to Boss Extrude 5, click the arrow, sketch 2. I'm going to do extruded cut now. Okay, so from sketch plane is that right plane. Direction, okay, through all both is fine. Okay, through all both. And, okay, direction 2 through all. Selected contours. Okay, sketch 2, I want to hover, zoom in. I want to select that contour. Okay, cut. Okay, so we got our cut in. Okay, there's a slight angle on that cut. Okay, 2 degrees. I'm gonna click on right plane and hide it now. I don't need it anymore. Okay, I want to show you on the right side view. Okay, we got that 2-degree cut on the rear legs in the front of the rear legs. Okay, so now we're gonna put in the seat. So I'm gonna go here, select this face, top face of the front right left leg, and click that, highlight in blue, sketch. Okay, I'm going to go to here, display style, hidden lines visible. Okay, offset entities, 1/2 inch, 0.5, add dimensions fine. I don't want bidirection, I just want one direction. Okay, I'm going to select, okay, so now I can see that hidden line. This is the dotted line, the hidden line of the rear back apron. That's why I want it to be, to show the hidden lines. I'm going to select that. Okay, offset 1/2 inch from there. Okay, I'm going to zoom out and in. Now I'm going to go offset entities, select this left line. Okay, enter to repeat the command. Select this front line. Okay, I'll set it out. Okay, so I'm going to draw more lines. Okay, zoom in here. From that point to this corner, to that back point, to that point of the back, that line. Okay, from the front, I'm just going to stretch this line. Okay, then I'm going to extend. Go up here, trim entities, extend this line. Then I'm going to just trim that. Okay, so I'm going to draw a center line vertically from the origin down to here. Okay, now I'm going to mirror entities. Mirror that, those 3 lines, this one, and this one. Okay, about that vertical center line. Okay, and now I'm going to go to trim entities, entities, extend that line to join it to that right line. Okay, so features now, extruded boss base. I'm going to go to display style and turn back shaded with edges. All right, unselect merge result. The thickness of the seat is 3/4 inch. And it's extruding, okay, not from the midplane. Direction 1 should be blind. All right, from the sketch plane, which is that face at the top of that front left leg. And just to see it, if it's correct, okay, so we're going from that face up 3/4 inch. All right. Okay, so we got 14 solid bodies. Now all that's left to do is do chamfering. So I'm going to go to features, tab, fillet, chamfer, angle distance, the first one. Okay, 45 degrees for the angle. The distance is a 16th of an inch for the seat chamfer, which is 0.0625. And items to chamfer, I'm going to choose the face, okay? Not the edge. The face, face 1, face 2, rotate the part, face 3, zoom out, zoom in, rotate the back face of the seat. Okay, so 4 faces of the seat. Okay, and then I'm going to go okay. So I got my 1/16th of an inch at 45 degrees chamfer in for the seat. Now I'm going to do the chamfer for the legs. Okay, so features, chamfer. And the distance is 0.125, 1/8 of an inch. The angle is the same, 45 degrees. Okay, the chamfer type is the same, angle distance. All right, I'm going to start with the top of the back leg. This face, I'm going to go to the bottom, zoom in, rotate it, select that bottom face. Okay. And then I'm going to do same likewise. Okay. Chamfer. The bottom of the rear leg. Okay, the left one. Oops, I got that one, that's fine. Okay, the front leg. Okay. And then enter, and I'm gonna get the front left leg. Okay. Oops, I want the face, not delete. Face, okay. Now, one more, 2 more. Chamfer. Top face of the left rear leg. And then bottom face of the left rear leg. Okay. So we got the chamfers in, diametric view. All that's left to do is to apply appearance, okay? Wood, pine. So I'm going to appearance here. Okay, organic, okay, appearance, organic. Wood folder, the general one. Okay, and I'm gonna double click on polish pine 2D. Okay. I'm gonna go top view. Okay. Front view. Bottom view. Right side view. Back view. And lastly, diametric view. Okay, I'm gonna rotate the chair to show some details underneath and around. Okay, there we have it. We've designed chair 1. I hope you like it. If so, please give me a like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.